This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for your Saturday, it's going to be a TVZ on Matchpoint featuring Light and Soulkey. It is an RJB replay, of course. Bottom left, rather, it's going to be our yellow Zerg player. It is Soulkey, a reigning ASL champion, and in the top right, it's going to be Light, probably the best Terran player in the world right now. I know Flash is back and laddering under a Smurf name, but man, Light is probably the best, most well-rounded Terran player in the world, and he's up to date on the meta as well. Did you see that DeWalt beat Flash on the ladder? That's because Flash's meta knowledge is a little bit out of date, so he needs to catch up. So maybe after he catches up, he can be the best Terran in the world again, but if he's not going to say, hey, I'm Flash, I'm back and competing in tournaments, then I don't feel like he's back, right? Right. Anyway, enough about Flash. Light is, in his own right, an incredible Terran player. He should give Soulkey everything he can handle, but man, Soulkey, ASL winner, double ASL winner, and it's going to be a wall-off here with the barracks here on Matchpoint. And again, it's a weird map, like Benzene, where you spawn on a corner and then you expand down the right side. La 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 la. Expand, 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 and then your opponent expands up the left side, and then you got these little places here you can expand to, but not a lot of places to go, right? That's what's tricky about maps like this. With Zergs, you can't really get up to 8 bases. You can't really even get up to 7 bases. So it's tough. It's tough to get up into like a super Zerg macro mode on a map like this. 2-player, therefore not a lot of places to go. Hatch first in it. Here is Soulkey. No crazy command center first play on a 2-player map. A little bit too risky. This can be risky too, though, with this hatch first, considering he is not drone scouting at all. He's Overlord, kind of checking to see if a bunker's coming up right here. That would suck. But no, there's not. And, oh, there is a proxy. A proxy FAC over here. I'm loving this out of Light. Yeah, there's that early gas. And so definitely going to have the factory hardwalling here in case a bunch of Lings show up. Not even making a Marine. At this point, he's like, if Lings show up, we can repair the wall, and I'll make a Marine, and we'll deal with it when it happens, but I'm not spending any resources on it right now. My goodness. I like this. I like this from Light quite a bit. So again, check out RJB. He's an awesome dude. And yeah, you can join the Discord server if you want to talk to him directly. He's in there pretty much all the time. We're doing what are we calling it? Community Discord Brood War tournaments from people in my Discord server where we're just playing with each other, having a good time. Falcon might cast some of the games. There's a tiny prize pool involved. So if you want to get around, you know, play with people who also love Brood War these days in 2024, join the Discord server. It's a good place to be. So, first 100 gas is going into that lair, as it generally is, which means Speedlings are not actually going to be showing up here for a little bit later than they would if you went first. So here comes the Vulture, 3-minute Vulture, heading on in. All he has to fight him are drones and slow Lings, which is exactly what's happening here. Is he not getting... Oh my gosh, is he not getting Ling speed? Why is he not getting Ling speed? Oh man, this is absolutely disastrous. Trying to get us sunken up, yes. The 2 SCVs that were here to buffer, they die. Vulture is like a freaking, yes, good target firing. He is the villain in a horror movie right now. Goodness. And then the Sunken comes up, and they're blocking, part of this is they're blocking the ability of the Vulture to get into the main base, right? They're body blocking it. So no, and he's staying, look at him, stay just out of range of the Sunken. Try not to get pinned. Took another hit and did die. Where is our Ling speed? Why is he just not getting Ling speed? He stopped getting gas. He wants to make a Spire really bad, but maybe he needs to adjust. There you go. He decides to get Metabolic Boost instead of throwing down a Spire. Factory's like, well, job done. Killed some drones, killed some Lings. Excellent stuff here. And still no Metabolic Boost for the Zerg player. So at this point, I think I could probably expand. Overlord's checking to make sure that isn't happening here. Tough for the Marines to get them. But they're going to give it a shot here anyway. Barracks giving that floating vision, but no, just going to take a direct route out here. Or maybe just hang out in the middle here where we can't get hit by the Marines at all. So yeah, Vultures are just like, hey, if you try to come out here, we're going to kill you, especially if you don't have speed. So these Lings are like, hang on. Slip, 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 slip up the right side. Don't take sunken hits. You're a vulture bike pilot. You really can't take those hits at all, dude. Dude. Anyway, things are good. Second rack's coming in. Any sign of an academy? That would be nice. Not really. Factory floating all the way home, so we're not really continuing to produce vultures or anything, which I think would be good. But he decides not to risk it. He feels like he can't hold it, I guess, up in that position. Overlord keeps poking in, scouting. Oh, this Ling made it all the way up here. Oh, we jumped on it. We jumped on it with the speedlings, and these are not fast vultures, so now the tables have turned. And this 3-kill vulture is gonna die. Oh, yeah, definitely toast. Okay, speedlings, much different against vultures, it turns out. Anyway, they're finishing up here. Speed's done. Burrow, a priority upgrade right now from Soulkey. Weird. I guess maybe he's going to try to burrow with a natural and block the attempt of Light to expand unless he burns a comsat. That'd be kind of neat. There's a comsat on the way because the academy came in. Engineering bay for a +1. And we got the 2 racks, marine production, medic production happening here. Factory just now landing. And I feel like if he was trying to go mech here on the opening that he would have kept the factory down, kept making vultures, right? As another vulture goes down to the speedlings. So I think Light is planning on going SK Terran here, at least for a bit. He can transition. Every good Terran player can, and Light's as good a Terran player as you're ever going to see these days. So, still no burrowlings down there. Maybe a burrow trap. Oh, look at this juke back up this right side, though. And still can't run by. I still think burrowing a Ling here would be cool. You got burrow for a reason. There we go. Burrowing a Ling. Excellent. Like, you got burrow for a reason, dude. So these guys are moving out, which means we need sunkens. Yes, so we already had the 1 sunken, 2nd sunken up, 3rd sunken coming in here too. This is not a huge attack, but it's got the medics, right? It's got the stim. And the marines and the fire bats. So sunken's going to have to do a lot of work to hold this, and they will. This isn't enough marine medic fire bat to break this, but maybe denying a 3rd base here from the Zerg player, not bad. Still no sign of Light going for a 2nd base himself, which is weird, right? So it's definitely 2 base Muta because you really can't get a 3rd base with all these guys out on the map. Sending a marine out sacrificially to check out the top left to see if there's anything up there. There's nothing, and he could have died by going up there, but he's brave, and he follows orders. And these Lings are like, can we get a run by? I know you haven't expanded yet because I have this Overlord and this burrowed Ling here. So factory not producing anything. It is here solely to provide starport through its mere existence. Oh, burrowling trap, burrowling trap. I don't know if there's enough Lings to actually do that, though. They're like, there's 2 fire bats in the mix. Maybe we don't. He's watching some Day 9. He's doing the Warcraft 2 campaign. And he's like, I'm maybe going to do some StarCraft 1 campaign, which I was like, all right. Ah! Burrow trap sprung. With the Muta support, everybody dies. That was sick by Soulkey, and now he's just busting in. But hold on. Hold on. Light's macro is not so much. You can just walk in here and win, even after wiping out that group. So holding back. Any sign of a 3rd base? This has been scraptastic, man. This has been a really, 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 really scrappy game. And if you're at a 1-base Terran versus a 2-basing Zerg in 8.5 minutes, it's been scrappy. That's the only word that I have to describe it. You guys know that too. More Mutos. We have the +1. No. +1. This is +1 coming in here. Science facility coming in off of 1 base from Light. Is everybody too afraid to expand? This is very, very strange. I mean, we're committing a lot to these Mutas without giving them an upgrade. That is a 10 Muta stack. I mean, taking down a supply depot when your opponent only has like 40 supply is pretty harmful. Mutas, dive bomb in, 3 missile turrets, taking out one of the Mutalisks, forcing them away. Very nice defense here. This is the most Mutas I've seen without giving them a +1 attack in a while. I'm really surprised about that. So, Hydroden done. Lurker Aspect probably going to get fired up here at some point. And there it is. Lurker Aspect is on the way. Oh, they got the missile or the supply depot and supply blocked Light in the meantime. So this is great. This is, I'd say, 2 base to 1 base is feeling pretty good for Soulkey. It's like, no, I don't have a 3rd base. Have I had the capability of building one for a while now? Yes, and I just simply haven't, which I'm a bit confused about. See the scan, scan, scan. He doesn't see Hive. He does see the Hydra Den. Muta stack. I would honestly assume that these Mutas are getting a +1 armor. Maybe a +1 attack. Either one. Oh, nice pick up there. Medics. Every medic that dies. Worth its weight in gold here. But yeah, buying time for Lurker Aspect to finish. Still doesn't see Light trying to expand at 10 minutes. 10 minutos. Please, for the love of all that is holy. Light fans are like, please expand. You're hurting me, Light. If you're stuck on one base when you die, it's your own darn fault. This drone's expanding. I see you, drone. Drone coming up the left side, going for the expand. Bunker coming up to help deal with this Muta stuff. This man, Soulkey. He's so freaking good. He's just insanely good, is what he is. You don't win 2 ASLs by being a scrub, I'll tell you that much. Hatch, go. Beautiful. Excellent stuff. Any sign of a queen's nest? Not so much, but there are lurkers being produced back home in the natural base. Dude, lurkering up this little choke. I don't know how you bust it. I really don't, which is why Light cannot be kept inside here for too long. He does break out into the natural position with a science vessel ready to irradiate these Mutas upon command. Yeah, definitely got the energy for it. So there's the irradiate. Maybe could have died there with a couple more volleys. The Muta split wasn't great, actually. Yeah, 3 of the remaining 8 Mutas are very injured, but they're lurkers now. Science Vessel says, I will give you perfect vision on those guys, but okay, fighting them sucks anyway. Scourge, no connections on the Science Vessels. That was massive by Light. That was really big by him. Is there enough? Oh, second irradiate on the Muta stack. Kills all of them? No. 2 of them escape with all of 40 hit points. Trying to get... Okay, Soulkey says we're going. We're getting up this ramp with lurker spines. Thank you for asking. There's a dropship heading out. Does he catch that? I'm not sure if Soulkey caught that dropship moving out, but these lings saw it. Maybe. Maybe they saw it. My gosh, still no second base. Second base? It's gotta be a second base. Okay, so Light is going second base because he needs one, but now there's lurkers at the choke. What was I telling you earlier? This is so hard to break, but if you irradiate them, maybe it'll work out for ya. So dropship heading down south. Based on troop movements, I'm pretty sure Soulkey did not see that. He would have something ready for this if he'd seen it. My God, I cannot believe. I really cannot believe this dropship avoided getting seen by all the stuff that it flew past. So, stim, and here we go. Yeah, stim, and here we go. This is where Soulkey's like, wait, what? Good drone pull timing. Not going after the drones, though. Target firing that Spire directly. Look at the troop movement now on the minimap. Coming home, being like, wait, what? Evo chamber going to go down. It wasn't working on an upgrade. It probably should have been, but that's okay. We're going to take the damage we can. Spawning pool dying sucks. Slings are a big part of the composition here, too. And they're going to get that, too. That's a Spire spawning pool. Evo chamber drop. Dude, Hydra Den. Okay, got drones on gas. Hydra Den dying would be horrible, too. Light's pulling ahead in this game, folks. Get the Hydra Den. Get the Hydra Den. They got the Hydra Den, and then they died. They knew they were going to die, but they got the Hydra Den, the spawning pool, an Evo chamber, and the Spire. So now, to build a new Hydra Den, he's going to need to build a new spawning pool, which he's already doing, actually. Fair enough. Siege tank out to deal with the lurkers on some... This is such a weird camera angle to try to give you guys, because this is the edge of the map. That's what's the problem with these maps. Don't burrow in... Yeah, don't burrow in range of a bunker. Not ideal. I cannot believe that Light is on one base at 14 minutes. I can't. I can't remember the last time I saw a game where he was stuck on one base in 14 minutes. Really can't do it. Top left base is functional here from Light, or from Soulkey. He's got a... Like, Light doesn't have a second base yet. He's got to, you know, rebuild a lot of tech, which is annoying, but not the end of the world here. So he's got a new spawning pool. Making a new Hydra Den, question mark? No. Not building one of those. This is crazy. Light's like, I can't bust out here. Siege mode. There you go. Sieging up. Hydra Den coming in. Inside the main base again, along with the new Spire. Pretty much the locations they were when they died previously. Going for it again. Soulkey is containing as hard as I've seen a Zerg player try to contain in a long time. And Light says, no, 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 no. I have the angle. I have the siege tanks. I have the Marines and the science vessels. Lurker contains are not going to work on me anymore. I've got the tools I need to deal with that. Thank you very much. So, he does. Excellent, excellent work. Whew. So he establishes the second base at 15 minutes. Unfortunately, it's 32 to 26 workers, a 3-basing Zerg versus a 2-basing Terran, who was set back a bit in his tech. Really kind of seems to be happy with this Lurker Ling stuff, which... Queen's Nest, though? Queen's Nest? Queen's Nest! Queen's Nest coming in. Another dropship. This one did get spotted by this patrolling Ling, and see, this is where the troop movements are better. You can tell that Soulkey saw that move out because he's allocating a lot of forces up to the top left to defend against the drop that got spotted and knew it got spotted, and therefore is not coming anymore. Radiated Lurkers. Trying to get some kills before they explode. I like how Light unloads behind this mineral line. And then is like, juke! Juke, and totally spotted, and now unloading, and... I don't know, Light coming up that ramp. That's another, just a distinguishing feature of this map is the number of ramps. Ramp here and a ramp here. Yeah, no. This is not going to work for Light. Okay, everybody died immediately. Yeah, 5 kills on that Lurker. No big deal. Still pushing. A bit of a Ling run by. I'd feel better about this if these Lings had Adrenal, but we're a little bit far away from that right now. Okay, Light decides to head down the left side against a Lurker Ling army without any Dark Swarm. So Light really delaying the tech here. I mean, could have thrown down a Queen's Nest a lot earlier. Soulkey could have. But anyway, jumping on them tanks. One tank down. Scourge connecting. Okay, yes, one science vessel goes down. That might have been too hard to tell. But either way, too many Lurkers remaining for these Marines to engage with, and they've got to fall back. Yeah, there we go. Hive. Now every Zerg player breathes a sigh of relief as the Hive starts coming in for Soulkey. Second base, running happily, 31 to 31 workers now. Maybe expand here for a third base. Not a bad idea. You're just SK Terraning it. You need a lot of minerals for those Marines anyway. Bottom right base potentially for an expand. Another drop moving out. This one got spotted too, though. And Scourge are on an intercept path. And, oh gosh, the jukes! The jukes and the save. One connection, not two. But that means these Lings know it's coming. Lurkers, middle of the map, burrowing, keeping Light away until Defilers are ready to go. Hive is not a fast upgrade. It's working on it, though. Alright, Zerglings pop in, but there's a Fire Bat in the mix. He's got +2/+1 upgrades. Lings are at 1 armor, 0 attack. Dude, Light is trying to come back here and make Soulkey pay for containing him on one base for as long as he did. And Hive pops. Let's see how long it takes for him to get Adrenal for these Lings, because it's a lot easier to clean this stuff up with Adrenal Lings. And there you go. Adrenal fired up almost immediately upon completion of the Hive. High ground Lurkers getting irradiated, still tough to break before they die. This little group maybe could get up here. Honestly, this Lurker's not in position to cover this mineral line. Okay, well, I guess Light maybe not worried about it. And then overwhelming force comes and wipes them out. I mean, eventually. Man, he needs Adrenal. And he needs further attack upgrades. He's working on a second Carapace upgrade. That's something, I suppose. But yeah, man, the Terran, SK Terraning it up super hard. +2/+1 done. +3 attack is in production. No further armor upgrades on the way for the infantry. An Ultralisk Cavern gets fired up from Soulkey. Little science vessel group does get spotted by the Scourge. Science vessel dies, but radiates go down on some of the Lurkers regardless. Lings don't have Adrenal yet. They don't want to engage anywhere. Still no third base. This is the third base. I see it, but it's probably... Yeah, there's no way this is not getting canceled. Adrenal finishes right in time, too, for these guys to absolutely murk it. If they didn't have Adrenal, that might not have actually died. but it finished right in the spot of time there. Absolutely crazy stuff. Consumes on the way. More fire bats being added in. More science vessels. Oh, good control there. No connections on those Scourge. And yeah, ultras are going to be great here, but how many science vessels are there to irradiate them? How many science vessels survive to the stage of the Ultralisk is the question. Soulkey not overextending. Holding back here. Got a Nidus Canal for reinforcements if necessary. And Consume is not done yet. These Defilers not having a good time. Falling back, falling back. Lurkers getting picked out of the ground. Lings running in. Lurkers coming in from the backside trying to engage. But that's your fallback position. There's Lurkers back there. Oh. Did he split against that Lurker spine? Is that what happened? Adrenal Lings got all sorts of +2 armor. And then Adrenal. Yo, Scourge. Oh, Scourge take down the science facility. It already took some damage. So that is going to have to be replaced or make more science vessels. That's actually kind of a big deal if you're making ultras. If you wipe out the science facility and there aren't that many science vessels remaining. Yeah, man. 20 minutes of 3 basing Zerg versus 2 basing Terran. I mean, match point, right? Match point, Benzene, similar maps. These are the ones that are gonna be kind of low econ, kind of low base, even though it's a 20-minute game. Anyway, hit the like button, man. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, too. Trying to get up to 100,000 subs in 2024. Having a great time with it. Some really great content. Best of 5 featuring Flash and Jadong from 2024 that I posted on the channel last week. Check it out if you haven't. This might be an SK Terran win. Terran fans. I know you guys hate SK Terran because the longer games with SK Terran are really hard to win with. They're kind of, the build is sort of intended to get work done in the first 15 minutes or so. And if you can't, if you end up having a Zerg player take you to 20-25 minutes and you're still on SK Terran, and maybe you didn't do the greatest job keeping your science vessels alive, it's gonna be hard for you to do with these ultras. It just is. Because the answer to SK Terran is Los Ultralis. Anabolic Synthesis on the way for the boys. Here's that +3 attack for the Marines and Fire Bats and Ghosts. Not that we're getting any Ghosts in this game. Ghosts really don't have a place against the Zerg unless you're nuking, which could be fun. But when you're on 2 gas like this, and one of the gases is probably expired. Yeah, that's a depleted gas geyser. You don't really have a ton of gas to spare for nukes. It'd be fun, but you have to get the upgrades for the Ghosts, and have to get a covert ops, and not great. Not a great time. So just got these little skirmishes out on the map here. 4th base coming in. This is huge from Soulkey. If he can hold this, I feel like he can win the game, but it's also extremely hard to hold. If tanks set up here, not that there are a lot of tanks. Let's be real here. Not a lot of tanks from Light. He had a couple. Oh, it's a physics lab. The battle cruisers are coming! Battle cruiser curse in effect. Will it take a victim this time? Or will Light win with the BCs against a Zerg player? It's about a 1 in 10 chance. Okay, this helps. This helps your battle cruisers be more effective if you... Oh, never mind that Ultralisk showed up, and you've got a lot of Fire Bats here, so that's not good. Alright, Ultra casually, 6 armor. Marines like, die, die, monster. This group running around. Yeah, this is too much middle of the map here stuff from Light. Yeah, he doesn't have any tanks. I think his tanks are all dead. So his ability to really harass this from across this wall is limited. Ultras kind of running around on their own. Not what they're designed for. Not when there are this many Marines with stim and range and +3 attack. They will tear through the chitinous plating of the Ultralisk, given the opportunity, if there's a lot of them and only 1 or 2 Ultras. It's when the Lings are here, too, because you target fire the Ultras and get afraid. And then the Lings chomp you to death because they have Adrenal and upgrades and stuff. And by that, I mean they still don't have an attack upgrade, but they have +3 armor. So, hey, working on melee attack level 1 for the Lings at 24 minutes, as you do. More Ultras being produced. The battle cruisers are in the production tab now. Dark Swarm, yeah. You Dark Swarm this and say, come on in. The water's great. But if all the lurkers are irradiated and dead, then suddenly it's a different play. These ultras are both fairly injured. They don't want to engage on their own at all with this group. And nor should they. Battle cruisers operationaling here. This group is dead. I don't know what that was. Like, why would you send out a little group of like 5 guys alone at 25 minutes when there are roaming packs of Lings and Ultras about? So that bunker's toast. All the Marines here are toast. It gets up a little boxer maneuver here inside the 4th base of Soulkey and kills a bunch of workers that way. The Ultras do not want to engage with this group, but they pulled everybody back. That's big. That's really big. When Ultras are on top of your production, the whole army gets pulled back to deal with them, and then the Zerg player is happy instead of sad. Although this, okay, 30 workers to 30 workers at 25 minutes, too. Crazy stuff. Going after what exactly? Supply depots. What do you want to kill here, boys? A couple fire bats would be nice, they say. All right, so they're dead and they know it, but they dragged so much of the army back home for light that he has no presence out on the map at all. But 2 ultras are not cheap. So, where are the battle cruisers? Here they are. They're making a direct beeline for this 4th base, which doesn't have much going on it, but now fully saturated for gas for the first time in a while. Because of that boxer maneuver shenaniganry that Light did, which is very good. Radiated Defiler gets a Dark Swarm down. Not the end of the game Dark Swarm placement. This would be better. Could have gotten a second Dark Swarm up. It would have been better. Battle cruisers! Ugh, nice target firing there. Scourge. I don't think they connected at all. Spore was a problem, but Marines, hang on a second. Battle cruisers utterly shutting down this base. Scourge makes some connections on one of the BCs, but there are still 2 remaining. Every drone dies at 29 to 29 workers. 3 bases to basically 3 bases right now. Because this is not a base for Soulkey. It might look like one, but it is not. Ooh, Light ends up taking a 4th base up here at the 1 o'clock position. Has Light done it? Are the battle cruisers providing important value today? I'd say they 100% are. Ah, here we go. Dark Swarm at a base. This is where things get dicey, unless the Lings jump out of the Dark Swarm. No, stay in the Dark Swarm and attack the command center. That's what you do. Stay inside the Dark Swarm. This is Soulkey with kind of a last gasp ditch effort here. He's not, that 4th base just died on the minimap. Command center lifted off, burning at 44. Is this game an epic game? I don't know if I was told it was an epic game, but it sure seems to be turning into one. Dude, light space up here is worth everything right now. Plague! Massive plague! But nothing to follow up on it. Yeah. That command center get repaired up that fast? Dude, suddenly it's 111 to 65 supply. The battle cruiser SK Terran of Light appears to have won everybody. 10 kills and 11 kills on everybody's favorite BCs with absolutely no upgrades at all. These Marines denying any attempt to get a 4th base back and running. The Scourge do catch. Okay, one of the BCs goes down. The other one only has 100 HP. One Scourge will kill it, or a couple Hiders can burn it down too, especially if they have upgrades, which they don't. Because who needs attack upgrades today? Man, Soulkey's really been neglectful of plus attack upgrades. He's got +1 for his melee and +0 for his ranged ground. And nothing for the Mutalisks either. I mean, look, he's been low econ a whole bunch. This is not a map where you have a ton of extra cash for upgrades, but upgrades are really important. And I feel like if the Ultras had better upgrades and the Lings had better upgrades, maybe this would be a different game. So 3rd base rolling from Soulkey. 4th base continues to roll. I am not... Oh, there's a burrowed Ling here. I'm pretty sure he can see it. Not actively see it, but he's got to know that it's there. Again, enough irradiates and enough science vessels to irradiate all the Ultralisks. That's all you want if you're a Terran fan. But, oh, irradiated Ultra inside your mineral line. That's not what you want at all. That splash damage doing gangbusters against the biological SCVs here. But the main forces here of Light are crushing across the map. Not a lot to stop them. A handful of Hiders with no attack upgrades isn't going to do much. These Lings with +1 attack, not going to do all that hot either, with no ultras to tank for them. And yeah, I think this game is over. Light, man, didn't get a second base until minute 15 in this game. And he's done it. He's doubled up Soulkey's overall supply. I'm telling you, if anyone's going to make SK Terran work, it's Flash. Nice Plague, but also Light. That's a huge Plague, but again, not enough to follow up on it. These guys, oh, hang on, Ling's getting was that a rally? I don't know what that was. Not enough. Natural base down. GG. No, but really, GG. I am not kidding here. This is a good game. Soulkey does not think it is. He thinks that he can Hydro Lurker his way to victory against this giant marine medic ball, but no, he can't. GG! Soulkey taps out, and Light is your winner, continuing to try to up his score there, unfairly, mind you. But at the end of the day, that's a win. That is a win for Light with the battle cruisers. Man, good stuff. Like, really, really good stuff. Light is just a monster. We need to cast more Light. He's just continually gotten better over the years. He's been around forever. And, like, he hasn't won an ASL recently, so I think a lot of people are like, I don't know, how good is Light? But he's consistently, in all the major tournaments and all the Pro League stuff, been really good. Just, he's never really fallen off at all. He was there during the Kespa era. He was there after the Kespa era. His win rates against Zerg is 68%. He has an insanely good TVZ win rate. Yeah, there you go. So, bonkers. Bonkers stuff from him. So, yeah, he took second place in ASL Season 9 in 2022. So, I mean, that's 4 years ago. He did win. That's right. He did win ASL Season 13. I spaced that one. See, even I do that. So, in 2022. So, he's got an ASL championship fairly recently. Won $24,000 from that. So, yeah, Light's awesome. We like Light a lot. So, GG. Absolutely fantastic game from Light. It wasn't easy because it's Soulkey we're talking about here. But he kept most of his science vessels alive. Okay, less than half of his science vessels alive, but enough to irradiate the ultras, make them less of a threat they otherwise would be. I will say again, the upgrades from Soulkey were lacking in most respects, and I'm not a big fan of that. But the fourth base getting denied by a combination of the eraser method / the boxer maneuver and these battle cruisers was really tough stuff. This is not a great map for Zerg in the first place, but I mean, Soulkey did his best. I think he was doing great. That denial of that second base forever was huge, but once the second base got out, third base not hard to get, and from there, good micro, good macro, and that's a win for our guy, Light. 146,000, 47 and 155 here in favor of Light. Got outproduced by the Zerg player, but outkilled him by a wider margin. Structures raise 18-7, bit of a bloodbath on that front, and then it is an outspend by about 11,000 resources in 30 minutes, but maybe you need a little bit more than that, maybe 13, maybe 14,000 resources, right? Right. Anyway, outspend is good, but sometimes you need to outspend more. Anywho, GG! Good stuff there from Light. Love it, and that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.